Many of you would have definitely heard the song because it is the #1 top charting song on the Billboard and it has stayed there for a long time. Today, I'll be breaking down this beat in FL Studio. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have any comment or contribution, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll surely get back to you ASAP. The link to download the stems of this beat will be in the video description. You can download it and make bangers with it. Let's get into the video. So let's start with this part right here. Now for this session, I just have the drum playing, and these are the drums right here. And we have the kick and some claps and the hi-hat playing. The majority of drums I use for this beat remake is from the Jansi 5G drum kit. The link to download it will be in the video description. You can get it for yourself. We have this loop right here. What I did was just to bounce my drums to wave and just send it to the mixer. I added some effects to it, just cut out the lows and added some stereo shape just to make my drums sound wide. So that's what I did for that section of the beat. Now let's move on to the next session, which is this right here. So for this session, what I added was some bass, and this is what it sounds like. So for the bass, I'm using Flex. It is the T-Bed dynamic under the Essential Bass guitar in Flex. I sent it to the mixer, and where I just have my distortion underneath with the Fab Filter Saxophone 2. I distorted it a little bit. Then we have this sound as well. It's like a guitar sound, two sound layered together, and this is what they sound like together. So it's like a distorted guitar sound. The first one is from Studio String. This is a serious distorted from Studio String. I sent it to the mixer where I have just my stereo shape on it, my chorus, hyper chorus, magic dice, and my EQ to cut out the lows. The other layers, I have this sound right here. So for that sound, it is from Studio Strings, and it is the guitar old nylon from Studio Strings. And let's move to the next section of the beat, which is this right here. Now for this session, there was a switch up in the bass and the chords. Now for the bass, this is what it did. I showed you this preset earlier from Flex. Then this one as well from Citrus. It is the electric bass preset from Citrus. If you go to the preset right here, the bass, you see the electric. That's what I did for that. I sent it to the mixer where I just have my chorus on it. Then distortion, I reduced the mix to 90%. I'm using the Blood Overdrive. Then my EQ to cut out the lows of the sound. And on its own, it sounds like this. And then I added this low end with the sub bass, and this is what it sounds like. I'm using Citrus for this. I'm using the sub bass preset in Citrus. If you go to the bass, you see the sub bass right there. I just have my EQ to cut out the highs of the whole sound. Then we have this progression right here. So for this sound, I'm using the guitar I showed you earlier. The first one is from Studio String. It is the serious distortion I showed you earlier. Then the next one is also from Studio String. It is the Power Perfect, and this is what it sounds like. And for that sound, I sent it to the mixer. I just have my cell shaper to make it wider, chorus, and EQ to cut out the lows and the highs. Then the next preset is this right here. I'm using vinyl guitar, and it's the vinyl guitar 2.0. Finally, this sound right here. Now that sound is from Studio Strings. It is the plucked bank, and it's the live accompaniment in Studio String. I sent to the mixer where we just have my fruity chorus, the magic dice. I reduce the mix to 39%, and my EQ to cut out the lows of the sound. Now for this next session, just everything repeating itself again. Let me play it for you guys. I'll show you one of the things they did. So for this session, what they did, the first thing they did was to add this reversed sound. So what I did to get that was just to bounce this sound to wave, and this particular part of the sound, I bounced it to wave, then I just reversed it, and that was how I got this sound right here. And that was what they did for the session. Then for the other side, they just added this riff right here. That's just a combination of the bass. I showed you the guitar, this one as well. I showed you every of the presets earlier. And that's what they did, just repeated it over again. And for the drums, this spot right here, they muted the drums. They muted the drums, this spot right here. And for this session, there is like a roll, and this is what it sounds like. How did I got that was very simple, just did this. Basically, what they did was just to copy and paste the chorus again. Now, for this session, it's quite different, and this is what they did for the session. I played for you guys. That's what it's playing actually. Now, just layer that particular progression on various instruments, the bass, the guitar I showed you earlier, just to have that impactful feel. And the drums switched up a little bit right here. This is what it switched up to. So we don't have the kick playing constantly, just in this part. And then we have this roll right here. And that roll is just to add like a transition to the next part of the song. This session as well. And for this session, there was no drums playing, and just this progression right here. So I showed you the progression earlier, and just layered it to the bass, the guitar just has that amazing sound. Every other thing is the same. So let me play the whole beat for you guys. global chart for a long time. Like I always say, if you like videos like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comment about it, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll surely get back to you ASAP. The link to download the sign of this speech will be in the video description. You can download it and make bankers with it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.